Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, in this short video, we are going to discuss report writing, and this is a topic that appears in O-level paper number 1. And here you have to solve the first session 1. Here you people are given like report writing, speech writing, and the column writing or letter to editor, and such sort of 4 to 5 topics that may appear in the paper, and you have to select only one. Not you have to select, but they give you only one topic to solve it. So that is section 1, paper 1, and the question number 1. And in the same paper, you will be given a composition. You will be given 5 topics. Out of those, you have to select one. And here we are going to talk about what report writing is, how you need to write it. So what is report writing? A report writing is a written account of something that one has observed, heard, done, or investigated. It's a systematic and well-organized presentation of facts and finding of an event that has already taken place somewhere. Reports are used in the form of written assessment to find out what you have learned from your reading, research, or experience, and to give you experience of an important skill that is widely used in the workplace. Well, we discussed this one in the last class. I gave you this task to write it, write on it, and that in this paper, in the paper, you will be given a prompt like that, a situation like here they talked about your principal wants to make sure that your school is doing all it can encourage a healthy lifestyle for the students. The principal has asked you to write a report suggesting the change you think are needed in your school to make this possible. Well, this one we have done it already, and some of you have sent me your work, and I really do appreciate for all those students. And the students who haven't done their work, they must think something about themselves, what they are doing. Well, here is was the another task. Recently, you witnessed a major disturbance at a railway station when many people were injured. You were asked by the local police to write an account of what you saw. Well, we're not going to do this one in this class. We are going to solve this very task. And the task is, in your school grounds, there is some land which is not used at the moment. One idea is to make it a quiet garden where students can relax during school break times. The principal asks you to find out what the students think of this idea and to suggest other ways of using this land. The principal asks you to write a report about the best use for the piece of land. You see that in this prompt or in this situation, your principal has asked you to do something, and it means if someone of higher rank asks you to do something, it means that you are not a common student. You are a bit intelligent student, or you say that you're a bit prominent student, or you are some student have some influence. That is why the principal has approached you, or not the word approach, I should use it, asked you to write a report on it. So what are the things you need to include in the report? That is, what students think about having a quiet garden. Now you have to talk about the students thought. And the second one is what other ideas students have for using the land and why, and that which of all the ideas you would choose and how students could help to achieve this. So cover all 3 points above in detail. You should make sure your report is polite and informative. Start your report to the principal and remember to supply a signature and date. Well, this is the most frequent question that student often ask. That's what should be the format of report writing. I always tell them follow the instruction, and instruction is given over here. You just need to write to the principal, not anything else, to the principal, and remember to supply a signature and date. And in the end of the report, just write your signature along with the name you can write, and don't forget to mention the date. Or and you have to write the date on the very day on which you are going to appear for the examination. Is a clear, class? Now, for as far as report writing is concerned, you need to be very much focused. You need to be you need to be focused. You need to use formal style and to the point, and you don't need to write anything else that destroy the momentum of the report. Here is some of the ideas for you to consider and you can follow this and you can write it. Look at this. I've written it to the principal. I didn't use any marker or anything like that. You may put a comma over here. It's all up to you. Nothing worries. Sir, we have to write a subject or not to the top. Okay, yes, there's another question. Do we need to write a subject? Yes, it's optional. You can write a topic on the top of the after to the principal. You can mention here the subject. It's not a problem, and it won't give any problem in it. You can write subject over there. In this, after that, that is called the introduction. As whenever you're going to write a report writing, there should be a three part of that writer. The very first one is introduction of the report, what sort of thing you are going to talk about, and the main idea or the main content of the report writing. And the last one is the summary of all what you have. You're finding, you're finding. But this report writing is a bit different from the real report writing that we are supposed to write. For example, when we file a report with the police and explain that what has happened. So we need to follow these three steps. What is the first step? Introduction of the incident, what happened, and why you're going to write this report, and the details of the report. And the end, write your findings, write about your conclusion, what you really want to do, write your suggestions. But here in this O-level examination, you people are given three topics, and you need to strictly follow the points that are already given to you. And you know that whenever you answer these questions, the points of these questions, you are awarded, your marks are awarded accordingly. You will be given 15 marks of the in the compliance of the question that is asked, and how clearly, accurately, and precisely you have answered those questions. You will be awarded 15 marks. And you can see there are 3 points, so 5 points for 5 marks for each point. For example, what student think about having a quiet garden? If you have answered it correctly, if your answer is to the point, relevant, you may get 5 out of 5. And here, what other ideas students have for using the land and why? And if you've answered this point clearly, precisely, accurately, according to the question, you will be given 5 marks out of 5. And here in the case, which of the all ideas you would choose and how students could help to achieve this. This is your finding, and this is the final part of the report writing. Again, if you've answered accordingly to the point, whatever is asked, no matter how many points are there, if there might be possible 1 point answer, you have to answer it accordingly. You may get full marks like 5 out of 5. So 15. And what about those 15 remaining marks? These are for the language, for that is for the grammar, and that is for the style, and that is for the variety of structure that you will use. And you see that here I have written it for you for your guidance. You can follow it and you can write it to yourself, or obviously you have to follow it and write your own report writing, and you have to need to send it to me before the next class. Well, that is the introduction. In compliance with the instruction of the worthy office, this report will discuss various possibilities suggested by the students for utilizing the land in our school ground. This is the introduction, and you see the language. I don't say that, sir, principal, as you told me to write a report for about the ground, so I'm here to tell you the report. Look at this, the style of a language that is so simple, and that is, that is very informal, and avoid that any informal language in report writing. You see that in compliance with the instruction, you need to keep this such kind of phrases in your mind. In compliance with the instruction of the worthy office, comma, this report will discuss, or this report will discuss various possibilities suggested by the students for utilizing the land in our school grounds. Okay, obviously put a full stop over here. What students think about having a quiet garden? Well, you don't need to write this one in your proper report writing. This is just I wrote right here just for your guidance. Don't write this one. You start your report writing from here. According to the survey conducted among the students, 3 distinct opinions appear that can be feasibly formulated into tangible proposition. Look at the vocabulary I've used over here. Appear that can feasibly formulate. Feasibly means that it possibly. Formulated means that can be given a shape. Into a tangible means that, in a tangible means that can be visible. that can be felt very clearly. So these are tangible propositions. Firstly, a small group of students favors look at this, having a quiet garden, and the opinion of the students, I have mentioned it one by one. Firstly, a small group of students favors a quiet garden to respond to their free time, it's a free time to relieve themselves from stress and anxiety of studies. Secondly, some area of exciting view of having badminton court. Thirdly, the most preferred idea was to turn the piece of land into a vegetable and herb garden. So I have mentioned here three possibilities that students want to tell. You can choose your own point of view, and that is called the creativity. And creativity also, gets its place in the report writing, and you need to add creativity, your unique ideas into the report writing. The second one is what other ideas students have for using the land and why. So you don't need to write this in your actual report writing. Start from where regarding the use of land, the third opinion was supported by many interesting logics and doable suggestions. For example, the herb garden may serve as a botanical garden. It may provide fresh vegetables to the crew of the cafeteria. Well, I've just mentioned here, just I try to give you some point. You can add it, you can delete it, you can use your own ideas with it. What other ideas students have for using the land and why? What others ideas? Now you are not need to repeat the ideas that you have talked about it already. So the another idea is that uh, herb garden and maybe some botanical garden. So this herb garden and botanical garden, it may provide fresh vegetables to the crew of the cafeteria. And every school has a cafeteria, and that crew of the cafeteria means the people who work in the cafeteria can get the fresh vegetables from the garden. Well, the third one is which of the all ideas you would choose and how students could help to achieve this, and which idea now you are going to select from the given ideas above. You need to think on it and then support it with logic why you have selected any ideas that is already discussed above. So the idea of converting the land into a botanical garden is a remarkable idea that will enable the students to understand the natural herb and vegetable. Now I've just put a 3 marks over there. It means that it's to be continued, and you have to prove that this idea should be right or wrong and whatever it is. And after writing this, you can just write your name and signature and then give the date. So this is how you can write your your report writing. Now I'm going to turn on your mics so that you can have a proper discussion for that. I'm going to, your mics are going to be turned on. Now you can talk class one by one. Please raise your hand first before talking. Ji Ayan, Ji, would you like to ask any question? You can. Ji, please. No question. Everything is clear. Is everything clear?
Yes, sir, everything is clear.
Okay, now Abdulaziz, do you want to say something? All is clear, Abdulaziz?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where is Sarang and where is Khizr? I don't see them.
Everything is clear.
Khizr, everything is okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay then.
Sir,
Ji, please.
the signature should be on the right corner of the paper in the bottom end.
You want to know about signature, and yes.
Sir, we need to do a sign on the bottom right of the paper.
Sorry, I couldn't understand you. If the point I understood is that you want to know that the signature, where they should be. Should it be on the right corner of the page or the left corner of the page? Well, as far as American is concerned, they prefer left hand. They choose the left corner of the page. In the end of the left page, they write their name and their, like over here, enable, just they like over their name and signature, all that. But I think as far as British is concerned, they choose right side of the page, but I would recommend you to go for the left hand from where you have started your report writing. Just below that, where you end your paragraph, just go down below of to the your left side and then write and signature and all that. Okay, then it's clear, class.
Yes, sir.